I've just been speaking for 5 minutes and I realised it wasn't recording. Jesus Christ, Mr. Bay. Oh, no more blasphemy. There's a lot of stuff going on right now about Jesus Christ and resurrection and all that. Be careful, everybody. I don't know what it is, guys. Nothing shocks me anymore. It's just, I mean, it's all going pretty crazy, right? I mean, hasn't it been crazy for years anyway? But this is like everybody's jumping onto this and jumping onto that. Nobody seems to, flip flopping, doing weird things, going different places, joining different cults. I mean, have you seen Brand lately? Somebody sent me a video of him. It's actually really quite freaky. It's when I work on feeling, and that just feels like a form of possession. It really does. It's really scary in the disguise of, following Jesus Christ. There's lots of people been doing that lately. Have you seen that? Loads of healers and psychics jumping across to God, Jesus, and then quoting the Bible. And it's almost like, it's actually quite scary, really. It's really scary, frightening. Something's very wrong. So, yeah, we were talking about Katie Sheriani, the nurse in A Toxic World. She normally jumps onto the show with Richie Allen, which she did the other day. But it was regards to the mosquito things. I don't know what kind of insects they're trying to use, but my understanding was when I was in Bali and I was with Ole Damagar, and I started doing some research on mosquitoes over there, and they'd already given out millions of mosquito larvae to different heads of villages. And Ole and many of us were like bombarding all our friends in Bali, all our Balinese friends, saying, Jesus Christ, you need to stop this. And luckily, I think the government caved in when all the leaders realised that this wasn't a good thing. And they stopped it. But, Gates from Hell, this guy is relentless. His mission on this planet is to kill as many, in my humble opinion, kill as many of anything off, whether it's the trees, whether it's humanity, whether it's children, no matter what colour or it doesn't matter. It's just basically, it seems like his mission is to just wipe out as much of humanity. He probably hates humanity, to be honest. I bet when he was sat with his wife, I bet all he used to say is how much he hated humanity and how much, they're killing this earth. No matter what you feel about humanity, I feel disgusted sometimes when I see people in, parts of the world either chopping down trees or hunting elephants. It's bloody heartbreaking. It's awful. But, to just want to wipe humanity out in the disguise of healing them and giving them injections is, it's hard for people to even digest that, hard for people to even understand it. But hey ho, at least we won that battle for that moment. But who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, if there's a laboratory somewhere and they've got all that larvae and they accidentally let them all out, who knows what they do? I mean, at the end of the day, these people can do whatever they want. These monsters do whatever they want. They can cause damage, they can create damage everywhere. And I did say that 2025 was going to be a year all by design. I said it's all by design. Everything that is happening right now is all by design. You think that Trump's going to, be the savior? All by design. Why do you think they're all coming together? All the AI tech companies are coming together on the side of Trump now, It's all by design. I don't believe anything that I see now on whether it's independent, reporting, truth. That I don't believe anything anymore. I literally don't believe anything. There's so much manipulation out there. I never did believe in the government. I don't care who's in the government. At the end of the day, if you're in the government, you're in there for reasons, and them reasons are not for humanity. They're for your own personal reasons. So at the end of the day, you do get some real monsters in there, and then you get psychopaths, and then you get people who are ego driven. So it's a cesspit, really. So you don't, and you know, the more, like, I've got pictures on the wall here, and the more you realize about these pictures on the wall, that you kind of get let down when you start doing research and listen to people who, you know, have the knowledge of these people that I sometimes had on my wall. That the last thing I heard wasn't such good thing about, you know, a lady called Amma, who used to be an Indian guru, who hugs people, and all of, there's just so many, you get let down all the time. I was let down a few 6 months ago. I really believed in somebody. I really, you know, but then I realized it wasn't believing in this person. It was the knowledge that was coming out of their mouth. And then you find out what they're truly like when you actually spend time with them, and you realize that, you know, you do get let down. It's better that we don't have heroes, and whatever information is given to us, that is the information. They are not the They're not the messenger. They're not the message. They're the messenger. So whoever you listen to, right? Whoever it is, never take their words as who they are. They're just regurgitating other people's words and teachings. And you'll get let down. You'll get bloody let down. So don't do it. And I have been saying this for years. I can't stand heroes. I can't stand when people start looking up to people and like, don't do that to yourself. You're worth more in this world. Every time you have a hero, then the hero within you becomes zero, zilch, nada. You should be your hero, and that isn't egoistic. It's realizing that this journey of yours is about you, about your journey, not somebody else that you sat down just watching them all day. You need to create your own hero inside you. But I don't know, there's some kind of glitch in the matrix. There's some kind of, you know, flaw within humanity that they just, it's almost like there is no belief in oneself. So we have to look towards somebody else because that's who I want to be. But if you want to be like that, why don't you become the very essence of what you feel is good? And like I said, when you get to meet these people, you get let down, and then you start getting angry. Whose fault's that? Like when I met somebody not so long ago, and you know, I shared their truth, and then I got let down. That's my fault. You know, it's my fault. And a good slap across the face wakes me up and say, you know, you don't do that. Just thank you for the information. I'll try it, use it, and if it works, then I'll share that with others. You know, that's how it should be. So, yeah, that's it really. Just wanted to just say hello. Yeah, last night was a bit of a bummer, to be honest, because the website is very robust. MarkBajerski.com is very robust. We have a lot of people who are on that site daily, thousands. But when there's too many people on it, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of shuts off. And Philip said it's not robust enough, and he's mentioned something that we need a bigger database. So I said, well, let's get one then. So hopefully this week we're going to get a bigger database so that people can have a good experience, and it doesn't shut down when, you know, somebody might post something and they might have a big following, like 2 weeks ago, and they posted this, and then there was a massive amount of people that went on, and then yesterday was the same again. And the problem we have as well, that's why you couldn't buy anything yesterday. It kind of crashed, and so we had to work overnight to try and resolve it. And you know, I mean, it's not an issue to me, but it needs to be resolved. But I think we are one of very, very few. I don't think there's anybody else in the world like our website. And that is, we have singular images, one image singular of a single crystal. So when you click on markbajerski.com and choose, let's say, oh, I'd like to see what crystals he's got, you'll scroll down and see 350 different crystals, 350 to choose from. Then you click on, say, amethyst, and then you've got maybe 100 or 200 single amethysts. Each of my crystals that I take a photo of go upload onto the website with its information and price. So I don't have buy this amethyst and then you don't get that amethyst, you get a different amethyst. That's not us. I base my website on singular crystals. So you can scroll and say, I like that crystal, that's the crystal you'll get. Now, that's very rare. You might get that on some sites and you might get 1,000 or 300 or 200, but you don't get 18,000. We've got 18,000 crystal separate images. That's 20 years in the making. So it's an unusual website. And when you look at the website, you think, oh, it's really nice that, but you don't realize how robust and how much data is on that website. And we actually employ people who every day cleaning that website of crystals that have just sold. So there's a lot of work in the back end. And when we have a flood of people who, like, if somebody's extremely famous, like the girl from the films on Netflix, she was wearing one of the, what's it called? The trios, Moldavite, Tektite and Herkimer Diamond, on one of her interviews for her next fantasy movie on Disney or whatever at Netflix. So she was talking and then everybody sent a message saying, oh, what's that lovely crystal you're wearing? And she mentioned the crystal and then we were flooded, and that's when we crash. So it's hard to get the balance right. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. And I'd like for our website not to crash. So that's what we're working on right now. So I'm like kind of reluctant to put any more crystals on, and I've got all those gross Eula garnets over there. There's like 30 of them, and like maybe I shouldn't do anything right now. I mean, we've got enough crystals on my website. There's beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful crystal websites in the world. And yes, some of the images aren't brilliant because I take them myself over there with this crystal. This is the crystal. I put it on here like that, and take my camera and take a photo of it. And that's how I've always done it. I won't change that. And I try to be as honest with the photos. And a lot of the times, and I like this, and not all the times, but a lot of the times, I'll get, sorry, somebody's ringing. I'll get people sending a message saying, Mark, I'm even more happy with the crystal than I ever expected. It's more beautiful than the image. Now that makes me happy. Now, if somebody says, oh, I preferred the image, now that upsets me. So I deliberately take a photo. I'll show you what I do. I mean, this is a kind of bad example, but okay, actually it's a good example. Okay, so gross Eula has a kind of see-through look, and when you look at it, okay, you're like, okay, maybe this is a bad example, but this one here, it looks like it's got a crack in it. And it hasn't. This is how gross it is. Sometimes it has natural cracks in it. And this is a great example here. So I'll look at this and go, okay, where's the biggest crack in that? Okay, there it's more profound. So I'll take the photo of what looks like a crack where it isn't. Just like you'll get with clear quartz. Sometimes you'll go, oh, that's got a crack in it. No, it's not. It's a natural inclusion. It looks like a crack, but it isn't. Well, gross Eula is like that. Gross Eula is like that. Why can't I ever pronounce crystals properly? So I'll take a photo of the most, like, okay, that's not as good looking on that side. So I'll take a photo on that. I won't turn it around and almost cheat on you. The only thing I would say with Moldavite, it's difficult and I want to show the colour. So when you get it, you go, oh, it's not as bright. Well, no, because I shone a torch on it. I shone it through the light because I want you to see what it looks like, because to see it at its best, you need to shine a light on it so you can see all the beautifulness of it. You can't when you just put it down, it looks dark. So that's the only thing with Moldavite. But I guess my point being to all of this is, you know, there's always going to be a few people who come to markbajerski.com and buy because of how it looks, whether it's pretty or not. But to be fair, if anybody knows me, anybody's worked with me, anybody has watched my videos over the year, my crystals aren't for people who go, oh, isn't that beautiful? I work on each piece like this. It might be with 10 in my hand, it might be with 20 in my hand, it might be 1 in my hand. But I work with these crystals on the energy of pure energy healing. So I'm the founder of the Pure Energy Healing Academy. Go over and have a look at it at pureenergyhealing.com. Go and have a look. I'm the founder of Pure Energy Healing, and this is a technique which is beautiful. It's beautiful, and if you can use the same technique healing a client, you can put it into a crystal. Just like you can put love into a crystal or into water or into rice, you can do it with crystals. Now, that's been the story of my life for the past 20 years. All I've done is transitioned from placing a crystal onto a client, putting my hand over that crystal and pulling the energy to heal that client, and then the memory of that healing goes into the crystal, just like water. It absorbs in there and stays in there. That is what I do to this day. The difference is I work with it this way without a client and call for the very energy that I feel I want to put into a crystal. So my crystals are pure energy healing crystals. They're not crystals. And I put hours into them, and that has been my work for 20 years. So when people say, oh, you know, it's not beautiful, don't come to my website looking for a beautiful crystal. That's not what my website's about. It's about energy and healing, because the healing energy that I want to put into this crystal, I can't wait to hear from my clients who have bought one and said, Mark, I don't take it off. It's absolutely beautiful. This is healed so-and-so. My daughter's much better now. My husband isn't as bad anymore. He's getting better. It's like, this is what I want to hear. You can buy crystals from anywhere, guys. Go to your local crystal stores. I'm spending most of my hours at the end of every video saying, support your local crystal store. But if you want a pure energy crystal that I've worked on, then it's not about what it looks like. It's about what it feels and what it does for you. So that's the difference. But I'm always going to get people who don't understand my work, who just come across my website and buy a piece and say, oh, it's not really what I wanted. It's too big. You don't give us the size. That's not how I work. That's not what this is about. This is about a product that is a healing product, and doesn't matter what size it is, doesn't matter what color it is, doesn't matter if it's got a flaw in it, if it doesn't look too brilliant, doesn't matter. I've worked on that crystal and put hours and hours into it, ready for you. And if it's chosen you and you've bought it, it's for good reason. And if your mind kicks in and starts getting upset because it doesn't look beautiful, then you are not in the energy of have it. You shouldn't even have it. It's about knowing that, okay, I chose it. There's a reason for this. I'm going to work with it. And then a week or 2 days or an hour later, shit. You know, I put a crystal on a client the other day, very famous, worldwide, very famous singer. And she basically, like, she was sweating. She was like sweating. And am I all right? And I said, I'm smiling. I'm saying, of course you're all right. That's the healing process. it's working. And it was beautiful. Then 20 minutes later, she got in her hand a beautiful garnet, and she just burst into tears. And I'm like, now, this is can you not understand how powerful crystals can be, especially if you put certain energy into it? Because it heals you. Yes, you're crying. You're crying because your heart's opening. You're clearing something. You're absolutely sweating. She said, I don't sweat. Very rarely I ever sweat. Why am I sweating? I'm like, because you're detoxing. Something that has happened in that crystal, as well as the crystal, the combination of the crystal and pure energy healing is healing you, and it's always a positive in the end. So work with it. And yeah, that's the story of my crystals, and that's the story of 20 years of putting pure energy healing into them. And it's my job, and I love it, and I hope you appreciate it. And that, I have never asked anybody to buy a crystal, because I know that my crystals cost more money, because I have to import them. I have to then send them to Bali after I've worked 20, 30, 40 hours, sometimes 50 hours on them, and then send them to Bali, get them mounted beautiful, then send them back, pay all the taxes there, pay all the taxes back, get them mounted. So yes, go to your local crystal store if you want a crystal. My crystals are a work in motion. They are always, every single day, working in the energy of what I want. They go, once they're finished with, they don't get touched then until they go down to the office. Then we cleanse the office. We do singing bowls in the office. We cleanse the office every week. People don't come in unless they're happy and feeling well. Everything has to be on a high vibe. Just like Dr. Emoto realized that when you put love into a plant or rice, it manifests. It's beautiful. When you put negative into a place, it's not what we want. My understanding, even though, and you'll probably say to me, yeah, Mark, but you said that you can't put negative energy into a crystal. No, I understand that, but still, I would rather have high vibe going into my crystal all day long, all my staff, high vibe, all going into the crystals, rather than you feeling bad and no vibe, no positive energy is going into the crystal. Crystals absorb positive energy. They don't absorb negative energy. Only tektai, and then it releases and it's gone. So the more positive energy we put into them, I do singing bowls here. I've got a beautiful MOLDAVITE bowl here, which I use on all my oils, all my sprays, everything that goes down to the office goes through a certain process. And that process is my pure energy healing that I work with you, for you. And from there, singing bowls. I have chimes, all sorts that I'm working on frequency. I have a beautiful, it comes out whenever I feel I need it for certain frequency, and it's called a harp. It's a crystal harp. I use that on frequency as well. I use the sun. The sun is on my crystals all day long. That sun is on my crystals all day long. They are then straight to the window. I put them all out there. The sun goes onto it from morning till 4 o'clock at night, and they're getting the sun all day. Everything that I do with my crystals are, if you were here for one day, if you were here for a week, you would only understand. Then you would only understand. Pure energy healers understand when they watch me, but you would only understand what I do. If I was to do a video, it would have to take a week for a guy and a cameraman to watch me and what I do with a crystal, and then you understand, okay, now I get why Mark's crystals are very, very desired and why there's a good outcome all the time on these crystals for my health and well-being. And I don't even know why I went down this path, but I do appreciate everybody who understands the time and effort that I put into these crystals and the love and the healing. And that's it, really. I think I'm going to go to Bali now. I've worked hard these past 6 months, really hard. We've created new products. We've got 2 brand new aura sprays, which are doing amazing. All the crystals that, I think 3,000, 4,000 crystals that I had are now Somebody's ringing like mad. 2 or 3 people are ringing like. Are now just about all uploaded. So all that's done. All my new oils have been created. They're all done now, which is fantastic. So I don't think I have to worry about anything. So if I do go to Bali, I think I'm going to go to Bali with one intention, to rest and write, to finish, to finalize and finish off the power of Moldavite. So I've saved up for it, so I might head off very shortly. So in a few days, you might see me doing videos in Bali, and I'll take you around Bali and show you some of the sights on my motorbike when I'm there. If it isn't too rainy, because it's rainy season at the moment, and I'm not bothered if it's rainy season, because I'll just sit underneath a beautiful hut and just write. So I'm very lucky and very fortunate that way. I don't smoke, don't drink, don't spend my money on clothes, only silly t-shirts. So yeah, I deserve a little bit of a holiday now, and I'm gonna head out there and see my family over there, Balinese family, who make all my jewelry, all these beautiful jewelry, and yeah, I hope you can join me. So thank you once again. We're at 83% again now of returning clients to markbajerski.com. We've had a good few new clients come, and I appreciate if you're new here. I appreciate your support on markbajerski.com. We daily try and help people. We share crystals freely with those who can't afford them, oils and incense. And we try and balance the business as best we can to helping as many people as we can. That's a really nice side note for me, to know that we've helped somebody today. And we do that all the time. Same with the Pure Energy Healing Academy. We help people as much as we can. We try and do as many offers as possible, and we try and give away as much as we can through the year without getting into trouble with the inland revenue, or in Spain here, the taxman, wherever that you call them in your country. So there you go. That's it. I'm wishing you all a lovely day from the bottom of my heart. Don't think there's anything else really. I changed the room a little bit. I took the picture out of our big Buddha, and put the dragon with the yin and yang in its place. And then I put an elephant, gold elephant, my mum there, and the academy is now up there. The Pure Energy Healing Academy thing's up there, and yeah, you can see everything else up there. So I do that on the video for my my lives over there. That's it really. I'm wishing you all a lovely day. Half an hour's nearly gone. I'm going to crack on with work. And yeah, thanks so much for buying the sprays. I'm getting some great comments. They are good sprays. I was like, shouldn't have for many years. And it's probably, yeah, sometimes I'm stubborn and it's not healthy. But I am really pleased with the sprays, because some people just can't use the sticks. Some people cannot use them because of other people around them that don't like it. So now you can just buy yourself a spray, cleansing negative energy, and beautiful. The Palo Santo is, I tell you what guys, I have never come across a spray like them. And the cleansing attachments is incredible. If I'm going to put my name to anything, that's them. I'm really pleased with them. That's it really. But yeah, thank you so much. Maybe I ask you one thing, because it's not often that I ask you, but is there any kind of offer that you would like me to do? So I'm going to do an offer very soon. And it's going to be my let's have a look. So it's going to be, I'm going to do a video. It's going to be my 2 new sprays, Lemon House Mist, which is my sacred water, and a lovely, gorgeous piece. I worked on a load of these not so long ago. So these are amethyst angels. And I was going to do them at a very special offer. So that's kind of a special offer I'd like to do, but maybe you can come up with an idea of an offer that you think, it would be nice to have these together, and then I'll put the price down for a certain time. So it's up to you now. If you think of any offers, crystals that I was thinking about putting a shungai pendant with a Silicon Valley pendant, because people are saying that they really want to protect themselves against radiation and all of that. So maybe I could do that. Anyway, you let me know what you think. I'm totally up for anybody who, just thinks of a good idea, and I like that. The staff do it all the time, so I'm giving you the opportunity to now. So I'll crack on with work. Wish you a lovely day. Big hugs. And I'll leave you with some positive energy. Beautiful. And nice.